Welcome back to another episode of the Cubby Perspective. My name is Andrew, and I'm a podcast for the fans and by the fans. And there's a lot to cover in yesterday's ball game against the Phillies. But before we do that, I just want to say I'm creeping up on the 100 subscriber mark, and that's really exciting to me. And I can't wait to get to that mark. And I thank all of you for your support and the advice that you offered. Everyone liking, sharing, and commenting and stuff like that. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank all of you, for supporting me throughout this last month. Moving forward, I plan on changing, some of the videos that I put out. Instead of, there is still going to be the preview to every single game, but moving on, it's going to be a preview of the entire series. It's not going to be an individual game. So you're going to see one video break down each three or four games within that series, right? I just think it's more efficient. It's a lot easier than putting out four or three individual videos regarding something, where typically you're going to be talking about the same stuff, the same lineup, just different pitchers and stuff. So, and just to make it easier on myself, I'm just going to end up going to the series. So, looking forward to that. All right, let's start off with Jameson Taillon. Jameson Taillon did pitch really well in this ball game. Jameson Taillon pitched 7 innings, 2 strikeouts. So his strikeout totals weren't high, but he still pitched very effectively. He induced a lot of weak contact, a lot of weak ground ball, keeping batters off time and stuff like that. So Jameson Taillon did have a great day regardless of the low strikeouts. A 1.29 ERA, a .71 WHIP, and 1 quality start. Like I said, Jameson Taillon is pitching really well this season. This has actually improved his numbers on the season to 33.2 innings pitched, 1-1 record, 26 strikeouts, a 4.01 ERA, a 1.110 WHIP, and 3 quality starts. Hey, that's pretty damn good. If Jameson Taillon can put up those numbers throughout the entire season, I'm going to be happy with it. Extremely happy with it because a 4.01 ERA is pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good, as well as like a pretty solid whip. At 1.110, he's not walking people. He's not giving up a lot of hits, right? Jameson Taillon does struggle with the long ball every now and then, but, that's something that he could definitely work through, right? And tweak some of his pitching mechanics and try and help him out with. But yeah, Jameson Taillon has been pitching really well. I'm not sure if I brought this up. I forgot. So if not, I'm going to bring it up again. My apologies. But Jameson Taillon, in yesterday's game, he threw his 1,000th career strikeout, which is pretty impressive. To think that he was able to strike out 1,000 batters throughout his career, even with all the struggles that he had and stuff like that. Absolutely phenomenal. We're very lucky to have Jameson Taillon. I'm very happy to have Jameson Taillon on this team. Jameson Taillon is definitely a professional at what he does. He goes out there, he battles, he competes. If he gets roughed up, he comes back strong the next game and tries and make up for what he's done. So Jameson Taillon is an absolute joy to this team, and he's going to continue to be that. With that being said, though, is Jameson Taillon, the person who's picking up the slack for Justin Steele? For how much I like Jameson Taillon, I don't know if he could be that Justin Steele type of guy. I still think the Cubs have to go out and they have to get someone externally. Maybe you go after Sandy Alcantara and you give up some premier prospects if Kyle Tucker, right, resigns. Supposedly, I'm not sure how true this is because I didn't really look too much into it. Kyle Tucker just bought a house in Chicago. It wasn't like some mega mansion, but it was a modest house. Who knows? I mean, maybe he's a modest guy who plans on living here for the next 12 years. That'd be pretty nice. But back on topic, if the Cubs extend Kyle Tucker, I would expect them to give up some of their premier prospects, such as Kevin Alcantara, such as maybe Owen Casey, which would definitely hurt because, I'm big on both of those guys. I'm bigger on Owen Casey rather than Kevin Alcantara, but whatever. To get Sandy Alcantara, and a 1-2 punch of Sandman as well as Shota, that'd be pretty dirty. And then you still have Cade Horton. You got to call up. The pitching staff could be pretty dirty. If only they could just work on this damn bullpen now. Julian Merriweather had an abysmal game yesterday. He walked God knows how many batters. I do feel as if the umpire was kind of squeezing him a bit. I understand that, but nonetheless, that's not an excuse. Just did an absolutely awful job. So, um, shame on you, Julian Merriweather. You may be pissed off at the game yesterday. I sat and endured that cold all game for the Cubs to put up 3 hits. That's it. Moving on to our offense, let's talk about our 1 through 4 hitters: Hap, Tucker, Suzuki, and Bush. All three of them combined, um, yeah, 0 for 15. I'm not the greatest at math, but yeah, I counted 0 for 15. So if you guys see a different number than me, let me know because I don't even think I believe it. Really? That was one of those games where it's just like, how do we not win that game? I get it. The offense is going to struggle every now and then. We're not going to be able to win every single game, but I just don't understand how we didn't win that damn game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really thought in the bottom of the ninth inning when we had Hap, Tucker, and Suzuki up, that was going to be game over. But of course, nothing. Seiya looked like he never even played baseball before in his entire life at the dish yesterday. So whatever. I mean, that's not going to stick. That's a rare occurrence. That's not going to happen again anytime soon. I promise you that. Right, but over 15 from your best hitters in the lineup is actually pretty remarkable. And I feel as if you have to try, you know, to get over 15. Come on, do better. Do better. All right, moving on to Dansby Swanson. Dansby Swanson with another awful game. Dansby Swanson 0 for 4 today, which lowers his average actually to 181 and an OPS of .577, which is well below league average. About 200 points lower than league average, I'd actually say. And on top of it, his on base percentage is like what, maybe 225 or something like that. And this guy is still batting number 5. How? Is this guy batting so? How is he batting so high in the lineup? He is a rally killer. Why is PCA not moved up? PCA clearly has pop in his lineup or in his bat. He can clearly drive in runs, right? He gets on base. He hits the ball well. So simple as this, Craig Counsell. So stop being an idiot. Move Swanson down to number 9 or 8, whatever. 8 or 9 is fine. PCA will then move up to number 5. Nico Horner stays where he's at. And whatever happens with Amaya and, Brujan or Birdie or Kelly, whatever. Kelly's been doing pretty good, so move him up higher than freaking Brujan, that freaking bum, as well as the biggest bum on the planet, Swanson. I don't even care if you guys get mad at me for this. I feel so strongly about my discontent towards Swanson. I was actually booing him at yesterday's ball game, and I hope everyone else does. I hope everyone else starts booing Dansby Swanson because it's at that point where he really deserves it. And again, I have a big heart for the Cubs. I love the Cubs. I love the players. I'm this team's number one supporter. I watch every damn game. I know every damn player. I know every damn thing about Wrigley Field as well as the team. But I draw the line at being a fan of Dansby Swanson. And I thank Jason Hayward for that as well. Because Jason Hayward is very similar to Dansby Swanson. The dude just sucks, doesn't know how to hit a damn ball, right? And got paid all this money to play defense. And that's essentially what Dansby Swanson's doing. And the fact that we're still paying Hayward's contract and I still had to endure 7 years of Jason Hayward's contract, yeah, That pissed me off, right? But I still kind of remain level-headed to where I rooted for the guy and I wanted him to do good. I want that. I want that for Swanson as well, but I can't. I can't like contain myself from not like booing him and talking massive amount of shit about this guy. So now I see Swanson. We're going on. Yeah, we're going to be going on like 15 years of garbage baseball between these two players, which is absolutely insane to me. Insane to me that we're stuck with Dansby Swanson. And I had this one Phillies fan and Cubs fan turn to me yesterday at the game. Not a fan of Swanson? No, I'm not a fan of Swanson. Clearly, I was booing the shit out of him, and I'm going to continue to boo the shit out of him. I think everyone has to. Whatever. Moving on from that freaking bum. I don't want him to take up too much of my damn time. Vidal Brujan. Brujan. What the hell are you doing, dude? From as little as I was like maybe 10 years old. What did my little league coaches, as well as middle school, high school, everything, what did they all teach you? Charge the damn ball. Charge the damn ball. Don't wait back on your heels for the ball to come to you. You charge the ball. You go out and get that damn ball. Clearly, Vidal Brujan doesn't know how to play, third base as well as anyone else in this freaking organization, right? Thanks, Jed. Thanks, buddy. Well, Vidal Brujan yesterday, top of the 10th inning, Julian Merriweather just walked at least like 47 batters straight in a row, right? Trey Turner was up at the plate with 2 outs. He hit the ball. It was a bouncer to third base, and everyone knows how fast Trey Turner is. You're not Manny Machado to where you could throw 130 miles across the diamond. You're Vidal Brujan. The Marlins didn't even want you, man. Right? And if the Miami Marlins don't want you, that's kind of an issue. But regardless, the ball starts going to Vidal Brujan. It starts bouncing at him. And what does he do? Way back, about to be in the outfield, Vidal Brujan sitting on his heels, waiting for the ball to come to him when Trey Turner is beelining it down the freaking damn first baseline. And then he throws the ball thinking he's going to have any sort of chance at getting Trey Turner out. No, dude, you don't. Way to keep that inning alive for Philadelphia, buddy. And I'm glad Craig Counsell had the balls to say in his post-game press conference, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Huh? I'd like to know. I really hope someone asks him a question and this guy gives us an answer as to why he was playing so damn back on freaking Trey Turner. Everyone knows bases loaded. What do you do in a bases loaded situation? Excuse me, I have something in my eye. What do you do in a bases loaded situation? You move the infield up. That's what you do. You move the infield up. So there's a play at any single base. There's a force out at any single plate. And that's on Cubs management as well for allowing Brujan to be playing so damn deep in the hole. Your feet are on the freaking edge of the dirt as well as the outfield grass, and you're going to expect to get anyone out? Hell, even at second base, that'd be a close play. Just a terrible game. Terrible game. So to recap the day, basically what I talked about was Jameson Taillon's, pitching matchup as well as his 1000K. Hats off to you. Love it, Taillon. You're doing great. Love you, kid. Cubs lose 3-1. Hate that. I hate that a lot, actually. 1 through 4 batters went 0 for 15. I hate that as well. That really pisses me off, dude. I woke up this morning, I was pissed. I don't like being pissed off. Dansby Swanson, the worst freaking player in Chicago Cubs history. You know what? Screw his damn F4. Screw his freaking fielding capabilities. I don't give a shit. Get this guy off this team. You know, if any of you out there who are watching these videos like Dansby Swanson for a specific reason, please let me know in the comments. I'm being serious. I'm not going to be disrespectful, right? I just genuinely want to know why this guy doesn't get booed all the time at Cubs games. In fact, there are some people cheering for Dansby Swanson, which is so mind-boggling to me. So if you are one of those supporters of Dansby Swanson, please drop a comment below and please tell me, what do you see in Dansby Swanson? Is there something I'm not seeing? Is there something that maybe you see in his batting stance that he has to tweak? Is it something you see about his bat angle, his launch speed? Is it maybe his head's not in the game? Maybe he's still injured from that core surgery. I'm not sure. But like I said, if you guys wanna keep me updated and informed on Dansby Swanson, or maybe I'm missing something, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. And last but not least, Vidal Brujan. All I gotta say to Brujan is count your days, man. Count your days. You won't be a Cub much longer, I'll tell you that. You provide nothing offensively. You provide nothing defensively. And the fact that you're even on this damn team is insane. You belong on a team like Miami, on a team like the White Sox, on a team like the Rockies, right? Garnishing at bats and field play time because you're on a team that's terrible, such as the Rockies, like 4-23. That's the only way you deserve a damn at bat in Major League. But a team like the Cubs, right, who are sitting on top of the World Series favorites for some websites and freaking teams and stuff like that, that's crazy. You don't deserve to be on this team. So get the hell out of here, Brujan. Can't even play third base, dude. What a shame. Always keep the faith. Go Cubs. I'm the Cubby perspective.